All right, senior home business family, how you guys doing today? It is Thursday, August 21st, 2025. I think I missed Drew my first Wednesday live in about 3, maybe 4 years yesterday. My wife had surgery, so you guys were looking for me and Brittany yesterday. That's why we were not online. And so I'm doing a lot of the honey to-dos, more than just a list, but my responsibilities have increased. So it should be back in full force, I think, in the next 3, 4, 5 days. So anyway, that's why I didn't do that, because I was over there with my wife and supporting her. But man, we're going to talk to you today about no leads, no business. And we want to get into it. And if you like this content, man, just hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the notification bell, because we do come on every week talking about senior placement, talking about senior living in general. And today you're going to hear not only no leads, no business, the title of our video, but you're going to hear about a testimony, maybe a couple of testimonies of people, Drew, that have implemented TSL and now are seeing real results that are actually getting leads. And we just, I won't reveal all of it right now, but we do have a partner that went out, I think, out of the country. I know he went out of town. I'm pretty sure he went out of the country, and he was still doing move-ins with TSL. And so it's just amazing what you can do in this business. We've said before, there's 3 different ways to do this business, right? There's a traditional way, there's online. Now there's TSL, and there's no one has this. And I love the fact that a senior placement agent can adopt and change, and it's going to be hard for some, because this is just the way they've always done it. Just get the business card, go out and pass it out to somebody. So Drew, let's get into it real quick and get into all this juicy information. We got some people out there. If you want to put a comment down below or send us a message right now, we'll respond to you. Maybe we can help you out in terms of your own business. But if you're a senior placement agent out there, or maybe you're a franchisee and you're looking for new ways to increase business, this TSL would be the way to go. You can drop down, click a link, and talk with me about that. I just talked to somebody the other day, Drew, that's a franchisee, and he's been doing this business for like at least 10 years, maybe 10, 12 years, something like that. And he's at the point now, he's like, man, I cannot break the 3 per month barrier. He's doing 3 per month, and which is good, guys. I'm telling you, that's really, especially in the area he's in. He's probably got close to a $250,000 business. But with TSL, he could easily jump into this, dominate his area, and elevate that business to a half and more. So we're just kind of seeing that. But Drew, number one, the lifeblood of the business is leads, right? I mean, if you got no leads, you got no business.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. What I've seen doing placement is that the size of your business and the rate of growth is purely a function of how many leads you're getting. And people have different conversion rates. Some people say they convert 1 out of every 2 into a move-in. Some say 1 out of every 5 or 1 out of every 10. So factor that in. Results may vary depending on your skill, but I think the primary bottleneck for most people, if you're looking to grow your placement business, is if I had more leads, my business would grow. How do I get more leads? And the challenge is there's a lot of tools out there for placement agents, but none of them are really focused on lead generation, which is, that's what TSL is all about. So we thought that's the biggest pain point, the biggest limiting factor for people growing their placement business. So let's build a tool that solves for that.
Absolutely. And it's one thing to talk about getting leads, and it's another thing to get leads. And TSL is just amazing. This here, I'm actually, Drew, doing a challenge in September 18th through the 23rd, going to an area where I know no one in the senior living space. No social workers, no discharge planners, no marketing directors, no executive directors, no one. And I'm going to get a paying client in 12 hours. And people can actually sign up to watch for this kind of thing. So if you want to click the link down below and see me in action, do all this kind of stuff, it's exactly what we do. There's plenty of people out there, Drew, that talk about getting leads, talk about this business, make it sound like it's so simple, which I know probably sometimes I make it sound so simple. I get it. But there's aspects of this business that is simple to me now over time, because in this business, like anything, it's mindset, skill set, tool set. And so you need to have the mindset, number one, but you also got to have the skill set, knowing what to do. And I'm here to tell you guys, No 7-module course or 10-module course that's out there is going to teach you this. We've got in the Senior Placement Institute, we've got 2 courses. We got one that's our intro is at 21 modules. And then we have the Senior Placement Institute is at 42 modules. But anyway, we're here talking about TSL
Well,
today. And
if you notice this, like everyone wants to talk about what to do once you have a lead, and everyone's kind of quiet about, well, how do I get the lead?
yeah,
And then people get into the business and they try it out and we're like, whoa, this is the hardest part. How do I approach skilled
absolutely.
nursing facilities? How do I approach hospitals? Like, I feel prepared for when I get a lead, but I need to get a lead first.
You definitely do. I mean, no leads, no business, right? Without a consistent flow of leads, even the best placement agent can't sustain success. And what I love about TSL, Drew, more than anything, is if you do, or go back, if you have some key contacts in this business, I think you can sustain your business. However, going forward, I don't think you're going to be able to scale your business to the level you may want to get to without technology like TSL. TSL just opens up doors for you to get leads and to do this business a little bit differently. Now, it's not a lead generator in the sense that you just turn on an on-off switch, right? It's off today and you sign up, you turn it on, and then bam, you get all these leads. But you're able to do something that no one else is able to do in your area. It positions you well with social workers. You're actually giving them real-time information where they can actually look at it versus call Matt or call Drew or call whoever else out there. Families are able to navigate on your site and be able to look and identify the senior living communities. But beyond where they're located, we're talking about amenities, virtual tours, 3D tours. We're talking about a searchable database, right? This is something that they can put into care needs. There's nothing out there like this right now. I mean, there's just not. I mean, you can't go on Google. You can't go on A Place for Mom. You can't go on Seniorly. You can't go on any of those other ones and get the information in real time like you can with TSL.
Yeah, and that was sort of was a jumping off point of inspiration for us when we designed TSL. Is that we wanted something that would set you completely apart from your competitors in your area. And as we know, like more and more people are getting into this business. It's becoming crowded. People are losing their lead sources because now they're competing over social workers, over hospitals, over SNFs. And so we wanted to create something that would completely set you apart from all the other placement agents in your area, and to avoid a lot of the common pitfalls with a lot of these like these listing websites, right? You mentioned Place for Mom, caring.com, Seniorly. From the family's experience, right? You put your information in, they take your phone number or email, they blast it out to all the communities in your area, and then the family gets bombarded with phone calls the next day. It's not a great experience. But with TSL, we designed the system so that the family decides who they want to reach out to. So we actually put a phone number here on each community. And when you call this phone number, you're reaching Amber at Azalea House. She picks up the phone. And so the families can talk directly to Amber, the owner or the marketing director at the community, or they can talk to you, the placement agent for your area. So you can talk to Oscar here as well.
Let's go, Oscar.
Yeah, let's go. But the cool thing is that anytime a family calls this number, Oscar gets credit for that referral. And so he gets paid on that referral while enabling families to make that direct connection.
That's amazing. What I love about this too is not only that aspect, which is amazing, Drew, because that in this business, this, where if somebody would contact the community first, the real estate agent, I talk to so many real estate agents out there, but a senior placement agent does not get paid typically. And I say typically, there's been a couple times I actually got paid because the community was willing to double up, but that's not their primary goal, was to double up on placement fees. They don't like placement fees in general, which I don't blame them, because if you guys don't know, when a community pays a referral fee up front, especially if it's 100%, they don't start becoming profitable on that one lead until about 3.5 months into that. So if they double up, you just do the math and you're looking at 7 months into it. So they're not really too keen on doing that kind of thing. But this is some of the things you can do. So is this Oscar's location?
Yeah. He's got
man.
63 communities in his territory. And yeah, he's done an amazing job really getting all the information there on the profiles so that families can really search and filter by their care needs and find the right community in really seconds, and make a direct connection to the community. They can just call them, set up a tour.
It's unbelievable because I mean, this industry in and of itself is just so grassroots, right? Typically, you're just knocking on doors, beating the streets, hoping and praying somebody utilizes you as a senior placement agent. And TSL just opens up doors. I was talking to somebody this morning. I have a couple hospitals, Drew, that gives us leads, but I believe TSL is going to open up even more doors with the other hospitals in my area that have not been giving us leads. And what I mean by that is when we contact the discharge planners and case managers of hospitals, they already have their kind of system in place, and it's so typically chaotic, not from their standpoint. I'm sure they're structured pretty well and got everything under control. But far as us is concerned, it's kind of like, how do you get to them? What do you say? And how do you get them on your team? Well, man, if they can just get, skilled nursing, we use tablets. But the hospital, if they can just get this information on their phone, I mean, they're walking around with real-time information about these communities versus, okay, Sally's in the bed here. She needs to be discharged. She needs to go to assisted living. Call Matt.
Right.
You can actually show Sally and the family different communities and actually make a decision there if they want, or still utilize us, right? So when you were showing Oscar, there's a two-part component to this thing where the families have the ability to reach out to the senior placement agent or contact the community directly.
Yeah, absolutely. And what Oscar's been doing is he's been taking TSL, putting it on a tablet and walking it into these skilled nursing facilities and hospitals and saying, hey, you can have this tablet, you can sit in the Department of Social Services, and anytime you have a patient and their family who's looking to transition to senior living, hand them the tablet. They can search around, make their own connections, or call me, Oscar.
That's
say,
right.
hey, or call me, and I'll walk them through it. But it
Look at that.
really sets them apart.
Got Brookdale up there, man. Brookdale is amazing. I love
They're
that.
amazing. Yeah.
Hey,
So
cool.
cool.
Let's share a testimony real quick. I want to.
Yeah.
We've got. Let me pull this up on the screen. We had one of our TSL partners the other day. What he did was he went out of town. And let's see if I can pull this thing up. Where is it at here? Let's see. Let's cancel that. But he went out of town, and I think he went out of the country, Drew, if I'm correct.
You're right.
And he was able to get some leads from this. And so it's just it's amazing. Here it is right here. Let's pull up on the screen so people can actually see it. But let's put us down here in the lower position, kind of blow it up a little bit. But here's John Hines from Alabama. And what he says in this is, had one move in yesterday, one today, another is signed and will be moving Wednesday. Thank you, Matt, Drew, and TSL. I mean, this is amazing what he's just implemented in his area. And if you want this kind of results, you'll get this from TSL. Again, a lot of people are talking about the senior placement. It's kind of the cool thing to do, right? I mean, we saw a YouTube video the other day of somebody in real estate, and they bring somebody in senior placement, and there's a CRM guy, and they're just talking about it, man. It's what we could do. Everybody's kind of like, this is what could happen. And we like to talk into here and now reality. This is what is happening. So not you can get a move in yesterday. How about be like John and get a move in yesterday? You don't have to get one possibly today. How about be like John Hines and get one today? Move it in Wednesday? Shoot, be like John Hines, have one moving in on Wednesday. I mean, that's unbelievable right there. I don't know the referral fees on those, but let's just say they're around $5,000 a pop. Man, that's $15,000 that he just got in 1 week or 3 days or whatever it was right there. So that's just amazing. So I want to show that to people out there because that is the power behind TSL. And you have to realize and ask yourself a question out there, audience, if you're a senior placement agent or an entrepreneur who wants to be one or a franchisee, is how many seniors move each month in your area? I mean, I could put up here like I did, constant demand. There's thousands of seniors. But Drew, I know the math on this, and the math is always the path, right? I mean, that's the only subject I was actually good in school. So I got a bunch of good grades in math and English and everything else. I, I didn't do too well. So thank God for math, right? But the math is this: if you guys don't know that's out there, all you got to do is count the number of senior living communities in your area. And what I mean by that is independent communities, assisted living, and memory care. Count all those up. Let's just, for easy math, for everybody on the screen here today is watching, let's say it's 100 communities. All you got to do is multiply that number by 5, and that's going to give you a great estimate of how many seniors are moving every single month. Now, where does the number 5 come from? It comes from all these large communities have a monthly move-in quota of 7. Okay. So some of them exceed the expectations and they get 8, 9, or 10. Many of them go below 7. They get 4, 5, or whatever. So that's why we use a conservative number of 5. So let's say there's 500 seniors are moving every single month in your territory. Can you get 2% of the 500? Which, if I'm doing my math right, is 10. And if I'm doing my math right, that's just over $500,000 business. That's unbelievable. So as we talk about the industry getting crowded a little bit, becoming saturated, it's still not at the point where you can't get 2%, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting ready to embark upon a time, Drew, where in 2030, which is only 4.5 years from now, all the baby boomers will be 65 and above. I mean, the trajectory of this business just keeps climbing and climbing. And this is a golden opportunity for you guys to be a part of this. And what I would do personally, not just because we own TSL, but if it was me, I'd rather be with the technology side than the grassroots side. And just with all the AI and different things, right, Drew? I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I've been there trying to do traditional placement, right? And establishing yourself in an area, and you walk into that skilled nursing facility for the first time, you somehow manage to meet with the social worker, and there you've got your business card. You're introducing yourself, and they say, well, I've been working with so and so for 5 years, 10 years, whatever it may be, and kind of the sense is like, why would I don't know you. Why would I
Yeah.
switch from working with this person I know and trust for years to you? So you really need something to differentiate yourself, to get in the door, to stand out, because a lot of times your competition has been, has had that relationship for years. It's so anyway, that's what TSL is designed to do, is help you differentiate yourself. And but to your point about the opportunity size of this, when you can solve this problem for families. The other thing that stood out to me yesterday on Tuesday when we talked with John, who just got 3 move-ins this week, he said, if you're looking for a business where you're going to get a lot of thank yous, I think is what he said.
Yeah.
This is that business. He's like, the families that I've helped this week are just effusive with thank yous and praise for what. And it was like, I just connected them to the right communities, but for them, that was a huge help in a moment of crisis. And so, you're creating a ton of value for these families. And TSL makes it even easier for you to transmit that value to them.
Oh, it is so much easier. And what I love about it, Drew, is that, the traditional side of doing things, way I started my business, and then latter part of 2019, I went online. Well, TSL actually helped me online because I was just showing like virtual tours off my cell phone to download it onto a desktop, and I just pulled up a file and click play, and here we go, looking at it and doing more than just showing the video. But what TSL does, I don't have to present 1 or 2 communities to the families. We can show them all the communities in my territory and show them based on care needs. So here's why that's powerful, you guys. Not all senior placement agents are doing what I'm getting ready to say, but many of them have a reputation that they only have a handful of not skilled nursing, but senior living communities that are out there, or maybe have a handful, they get paid 100%, so they get paid more. So they simply direct residents to those communities, and they're in it just to get paid. if you're not just in it to get paid and your heart is right with seniors and you really are an advocate for seniors, you're going to show them all the communities and be able to pinpoint the best opportunity for them, regardless of how much I get paid. Because there's some communities, Drew, in my area, I get paid less. I mean, there's a couple of national companies I get paid 80%. That was my starting rate back when I started 2018, but many of them now pay me 100%. But if they only pay 80%, I'm not squawking about it. And I'm not trying to direct seniors to the 100% communities because I get paid more. No, I want them to go where they need to go. And TSL opens up doors for that because you can do this online and show them the link where you were showing about Oscar's location, and they can do a search, and right there with you, these communities populate. So it's not even the senior placement agent going, okay, I suggest this community. No, based on care needs, behaviors, and other location and price point, to kind of like a Zillow search, right? For real estate.
Yeah.
You put that information in, that data then spits out which community or communities that are best for mom.
Yeah. And you think of what happens when you only show a couple of communities to a family, and then in the back of their mind, they think, what is he not showing me? What do they do next? They go online, they get sucked into a place for momcaring.com. And now you've got this whole mess of duplicate referrals. And but if you can be that resource for families to show them the complete picture, that's going to earn you a lot of trust with them and help them feel confident about making a decision on where to move.
Absolutely. And number 3 is challenging getting leads. We kind of touched base on this a little bit, but I mean, the ever going struggle of cold calling. I love cold calling, so I even hate to put that in the same sentence, the struggle.
But for a lot of people.
Yeah, for a lot of people, they don't like, I don't know why that is. I just always like knocking on doors, the curiosity that's behind that door. Like, I don't know what they're going to say. I don't know who I'm going to meet. I'm not able to envision something all the time. And I just go into it with the expectation of being a servant, helping people, and being gracious to the people that I encounter. And so I don't go in guns a-blazing, business cards, trying to sell, right? I'm telling you, if you do that and you guys want to start this business yourself and you don't go with Senior Home Business, TSL, and anything, the training, man, at least do yourself a favor and go in there and being gracious to people, and don't look at it as a sales job. It's more customer service oriented. But man, so the business cards, waiting, word of mouth takes a lot of time. I mean, it just does. So if you're just starting this business and you don't have a system like TSL, it's going to take some time. It just is. Unless you just know somebody on the inside, your personal buddies with a social worker, or good long friends with a discharge plan, or whoever it may be, it's going to take you a while. But TSL will expedite this for you, and you'll be one of one, right? I mean, it really is a demand lead engine in the sense that, again, it's not an on-off switch. It's something you are developing in your area. And that's what's cool. I like that better anyway. I don't know. I know it requires more work, but I love that because I'm developing my area whereby we're making sure these communities are offering the very things they say they're offering. And here's the thing: when you go onto communities' websites, a lot of times they look the same. They pattern their website after somebody else's website, and they throw a bunch of stuff on the screen. And it's just a lead generator thing, right? To get you in for a tour and get you going. But they might not be able to serve your mom the best. Hoyer Lift is one I've mentioned quite a bit. If your mom's a diabetic, needle injection, insulin, they may not be able to do that. Transportation back and forth from the doctor, they may or may not be able to do that. So you don't know. I mean, and you can ask, and the marketing director typically are trained. I mean, they're going to tell you, they're going to be honest with you. They're good people, but they're trained to get you in for a tour and get down and see and let them show you why they are the best in their area. So, but leads are tied to your territory, so you're not competing against multiple agents for the same family. And if you are out there in this business, you'll notice at times, which has happened to me, where you encounter the same lead as another senior placement agent. But what you're going to have as a difference maker, Drew, is the technology of TSL, right?
Yeah. And, I would count myself as one of those people who's not great at cold calling.
Oh man,
Or
you're
cold junkie.
phenomenal.
So I can relate to a lot of aspiring placement agents out there who find it, feels awkward to drop in on a sniff. But what I found is like, you go through all this effort to get that meeting with the social worker, right? And voila, this is amazing. You made it through the gatekeeper at the front desk and actually sat down with the social worker to introduce, and the meeting went well. That's not enough to create a lead generator out of that sniff. You got to have repeat follow-on visits, right?
That's right.
And it was always this struggle of like, I'm bringing cookies, I'm bringing donuts, any excuse I can get to
Let's
show
get the
back
social
up.
workers fat, man. Let's just get them fat and happy. But it's just, dude.
Well, it's like I walk in with this donut box, and they're like, "Oh yeah, just set it over there with the 10 other donut boxes," and I just like put mine on top. And like,
hey, I got this student.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say his name, but he is such a good guy. I love him to death. I've known him for about 4 or 5 years now, and he told a story several years ago where he walked to a number. Wait, not walk, but he drove to a number of different skilled nursing facilities, and he was doing the donut thing. He was bringing some donuts. He found out. He did this every week. And like the 4th week, he found out this one particular skilled nursing he went to, he wasn't even giving the donuts to the right person. It was one of the maintenance people, and they were just like, "This dude's bringing us donuts every Friday." So they were taking the donuts in the back and just
loves the maintenance people. Whoops. Oh man.
But hey,
we had a brilliant. One of our partners came up with a brilliant idea. So they drop off the tablet on that first meeting. They just like, "Here you go. Here's your tablet. It's got TSL on there. It just sits there in the skilled nursing facility in the social services office. And by the way, we want to keep the tablet software up to date. So we might be dropping by just to check on the tablet, make sure it's all in working order. Is that all right if we come by, once a week or once every 2 weeks?" And now they have basically a key, a pass that they can drop in on that sniff whenever they want. They have a legitimate reason. And one of the social workers even said, "Hey, even if I'm not here, just feel free to come in the office when I'm not here."
I've never had a social worker tell me that, and I've been doing it for years. Never anybody just go. I'm not here. Just go in my office.
Just go in my office. Yeah, but we have this tablet, and it creates a new kind of relationship that allows for that follow up, and you have a reason to be there. And that's the worst feeling in the world, to be at a sniff and have no reason to be there other than
the reason is because a lot of senior placement agents, I mean, what they'll do is they'll eventually have that conversation with a social worker, right? And they either give her a brochure or a business card, and everything's going good, they think. So when they leave, they've told her everything about them and her company. They've given them the social worker information, all what she needs. And now the sticking point is, how often do I go back to her? Like, let's say you do all that and your presentation went well. 4 weeks later, you still don't have a lead from that social worker. So what do you do when you go back to that social worker? "Oh, hey, Sally, did you forget about me? I know I gave a presentation on these business cards and brochures and stuff." TSL, you don't have to worry about that. So I mean, it's a challenge. I don't mind cold calling, because actually I love that piece, but the TSL just opens up some doors. And the girls up in Washington, my personal company, Drew, we stole that idea. And that's the cool thing about TSL. When you jump in, you're not just getting software, you're not just getting information, but we have a vibrant group that meets every Tuesday, and they come online and we talk about the updates and technology, and Drew and the team and you guys are doing. And then we talk about some strategies. We have some Q&A. So you'll get all the support you need, even beyond the technology side of it. You'll get the support one-on-one well, as a group, not necessarily one-on-one like me and Drew, talking to you. We will, but it's more as a group. And the reason we like that is because everybody's sharing their experience. So when they do share an idea like that, everybody hears it and everybody can utilize it. Even me, because guys, I still do this business. I've been doing it since 2018. I've been in the industry longer, but sometimes people think because I coach and do the things I do, I probably don't do the business anymore. I still do. I got a full-time marketing director. We got I got a social media guy. I mean, we still do it. So, and I'm not going to walk away from it because I got a passion for seniors. I'm more of an advocate for seniors. And quite honestly, I make a lot of money doing it. I mean, why would I walk away from that piece? So, and I got a team around me where I don't have to necessarily do all the things I was doing at the beginning. Because at the beginning, when I did this thing traditionally, Drew, it was all sweat equity, right? It was all just knocking on doors and stuff. I wish TSL was around when I started, because I would have been on board with it in a heartbeat. I'd be like, dude, where do I sign up? Let's go, right? Because ultimately, number 5, you want to dominate your market, right? You want to dominate your market. You will have with TSL, you guys out there, if you don't know this, again, you can schedule a consultation call with myself. I'll go over this with you, but you'll have territory exclusivity. One agent, one market. No sharing, no fighting over leads. All right. So we're not going to have multiple partners in your area. You know, would that benefit us, Drew, as a company? Yeah, financially. Let's get everybody in all the United States signed up for TSL, and it benefits us. But it would be not fair and very frustrating for the 3rd, 4th person coming on board in that area, because, you know, it wouldn't be new. It'd be new to them, but it would be new to the market because it's already been introduced to social workers and hospitals and things. So, Drew, I love it, man. Wrap us up, buddy. Anything you want to say to help a person better understand TSL?
Well, I'd say schedule a meeting with us. We got a link below. We can walk through your territory. We can look at it together and come up with a strategy on how you can utilize TSL to generate more leads. And we're really trying to connect with it. You know, if you're a placement agent who you've got your relationships and you just want to kind of ride those out till the end to retirement, TSL is probably not for you. But if you're looking to grow your business or start your business, TSL can be there to supercharge that growth and really kind of expand the leads that are coming in, because more leads is more business, and that's what TSL is all about.
Absolutely. Well, guys, we really appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining with us today. And we hope you gained some information, some knowledge today. And if you feel that tug in your heart to do something, you got to take a first step. And the first step in this situation is just schedule a consultation call with myself. Let's get on the call. That doesn't cost you anything. I don't charge you like my attorney charges me when I call, or a different place, and they want to charge me $150, $300, just for a phone call. I won't charge you. We don't charge you. We might be able to answer the questions you have. We can't. We'll figure it out. But it is a phenomenal way. And if you want to get in this business, this is the way it's going to go. It's like the Zillow, but for senior living. And like Zillow back in 07, 08, Drew, or something like that. Now it's taking on real estate information and tours by storm. Same as TSL. You got to jump on what we're doing today, at least hear about it and see if it feels right to you. So anyway, until next time, you guys, God bless.